Hey guys, a bit more goings on at the old Japanese farmhouse. This area at the front of the house is sort of like a garage area. Looking a bit sad there, the mud walls are looking a bit tired. The wood's looking a bit dried out. So, time to do something about it. Very useful space, but we've tidied up the walls around it, so this has just left this looking a bit sadder than it was before. So first thing we need to do is to get rid of this. The old man that was here before used to have tractors and things that he loaded and unloaded in this area, so we suspect that this wooden frame was there to protect the mud wall, because those mud walls are broken pretty easily. You know, if you hit them with something heavy, they tend to crack and bits break off them and things like that. So we suspect that he put that there to protect the wall. An amazing structure, actually has no nails in it, so it's been really cleverly made. The cross pieces have little sort of ripples in them, so that whole structure had not one nail in it, which is quite incredible. So there we go, it's gone. And then out with the sealant. So again, we've used this on the other mud walls, sort of like a glue basically. Soaks into the wall and then sets and becomes hard, stops the wall being too powdery. If you try and paint directly onto these mud walls, they're too powdery and flaky and the paint won't take to it. So seal it up with the sealant, let it dry for a couple of days. There was one section there you can see at the front that had started to fall apart, that was beyond patching. So you can actually render these mud walls. This is what they did traditionally. They rendered them, but it's a bit of an ongoing thing that if you render it now, 10 years time you might have to do it again. But we glue this timber on here like this and then put 100 nails in it, 100 screws in it, and you know, that should be there forever. It's a bit more permanent. Again, we have to make sure when those screws go into the mud that they actually hit the bamboo framing inside the mud wall. If they just go into the mud, they obviously won't take, so they have to hit the framing, and then they'll be in to stay. And then up with the brown first. Some of you will recognise that wall on the left there where the light's coming through from a previous project. So that sort of made this look bad really, because that other section there had been done. It made this section look a little bit worse. So, and this is fairly high profile. This is where we park the cars, but it's also at the front, so when people come to the front of the house they see this area, so it sort of stands out a bit. And if we leave it, eventually those mud walls will flake and flake to the point where they start to fall down, so it's good to deal with them. So finish with the brown and then on with the paint, on with the white paint. Again, the biggest part of this job is the line between the brown and the white. Have to do that with a brush and it takes forever. So it's a very time consuming task, and then it has to be done at least twice, 2 or 3 times to actually make a good covering. So quite an epic effort, these walls, but anyway, they look better when they're finished. So let's have a look at the before and after. Here's the before. Just a little project this one, guys, but people keep asking what's happening with this place, so we'll keep showing you these little ones for those 2 or 3 people that are interested. There's the before. That wood wasn't quite good enough to stain. We were going to stain it, but it wasn't quite good enough. It's a bit too rough, so we decided to paint it instead. So there's the before, and here's the after. So it looks a bit fresher, a bit more lively. So this is actually a good area in good weather. It's actually quite a nice area, tables and chairs there, and sit outside and have a barbecue or something is actually quite a nice little place to be. So it'll be even nicer now. It was a little bit sad there before with the crumbly old walls, and yeah, it was a bit sad. So it's a bit fresher now, a bit brighter and fresher and cleaner feeling. So this actually adjoins that shed that we did some time ago. This makes this shed look a funny colour, doesn't it? So anyway, on to the next project. More videos coming soon.